All right, welcome back, guys. We filmed a couple episodes that ultimately didn't make the cut. The second one was filmed essentially directly after the first. I'd watched just a little bit, but while I was waiting for stuff to copy over to the machine I was going to edit, uh, I just sat back down and I filmed another one. And I didn't change any settings, and yet somehow it turned out completely different. I had a horrible echo for the first 10 minutes that just cleared up and went away, and then when the actual match started, the game volume was so loud it just completely drowned me out. So we threw that one away. I figured out a bunch of stuff. In the meantime, made a lot of adjustments to how our inputs and stuff work for our recording studio here, and hopefully fixed a bunch of stuff. But I have a set of filters, and the first filter determines when we actually start recording, what noise level we have to get to. And then the second option of that says, okay, how loud or how much quieter does the volume get before it's going to turn off? I had that misset. So it would come on when I started talking, but because I'm a bit quiet sometimes, you missed good chunks of what I'd say. It would come on for the, hey, how are you? And then it would be for 10 minutes and you wouldn't hear anything. So I've readjusted those. I'm playing with stuff. It looks like our gains are kind of high now. They might actually be a little bit too high, but it doesn't appear to be cutting out on me as I'm watching this. So I think we're okay. So let's go ahead and look back at the two episodes that we missed, or the two matches that we filmed that we missed, and then a few others I played. So the last match that you saw was this Genoa match right here, and we won that 4-0. We had a great game. A couple yellows. As you see, everybody played pretty well. We had a couple spectacular standouts with Pedro and Ciccini. These are our attacking forward and our striker. They played lights out. We had a few other eights and a few people that played good but not spectacular. Montero here, who's one of our young guys we have learning to play defensive centerman. He didn't have a spectacular game, but he wasn't terrible. He was, just kind of, he was there. He didn't give up any huge problems, but he didn't make any huge contribution either. The second episode that you didn't see was Vicenza, and we won that one 3-1. They were the 20th ranked team in the league, and if you saw the first episode, I was terrified that we were going to win this big, huge match, and then we were going to get our butt kicked by a lower ranked team, and somehow we managed to hold on. It was a little bit of a slow start. Pedro got our first goal at 41 minutes to in the half, and then we came out with renewed confidence. He scored another one fairly quickly at 54, and then Quesada got another one in injury time. And no yellows. I say Pedro got his two. Quesada, our offensive-minded winger, did very well. Here our striker, he was back down to 6'8", and Verna, so they had kind of some average games. We got Babacar in there as a fill-in, and he held his own but didn't do anything exciting. He's one of the young guys we're trying to get some playing time in. We did have 10,000 people at that match, so that was good. It was a home match. So the next episode, and this was the first one I actually made changes to. And again, you didn't see it because I screwed up the changes. It was better, but because of those, kind of unwatchable, or unlistenable anyway. So we lost this one. This was our 0-1. I want to say they were 1 or 2 spots behind me going into this match. So it was expected to be a fairly tightly contested game. And, they got one goal. Let's see. They got a goal early, 16 minutes in. We had one of our defenders sent off at 56 minutes. And we thought, oh, that's it. Shuffled a few people around. And he deserved it. It was a pretty blatant mugging. And then they lost a guy at 60 minutes, 4 minutes later, to kind of even the sides up again. And we went on attack, but we were unable to break through and actually get the goal. But you can see we were a pretty average game for everybody. Virgilito had a 6.4, but that's because he got sent off for the red card. He didn't play that badly. That was the final jump. He was probably 6'7", 6'8" up to that point. But a pretty average game for us. Pietro played pretty well back there on defense to keep us in it. And everybody else was kind of is what it is. We played 2 more matches kind of off the record. This was another away game. You see, we lost 2-0. It was fairly, we didn't play great. Again, this is probably our worst game of the game. Pedro was poor. Sportone was poor. He's, I can't think of the word here. He was our attacking forward. Or, I'm sorry, he's the striker. He's our second striker. So we brought him in for a game because our starter hadn't been spectacular the last match, and he was even worse. We brought in Matej Sontek here at the very end of the match. He didn't even play enough time to get a rating, but we brought him in there at the very end. We had somebody who was just wiped out, and everybody else, look at that, 6'8", a few 6'9s, a couple 6'4s. We were, the 6'4s are poor, the others are okay. So we didn't play badly, but we didn't play well enough to win against a team that was on it. Then we turned it around. We had another home match. Only brought in, 77, 87 that time. But we played pretty well. We started off pretty quick. Carlo Lari was begging for some start time, so we put him in as the starter. And he scored right away, rewarded our faith with a goal 16 minutes in. Casada and Cecchini closed it out fairly early in the second half. You can see we did pick up 4 yellows, though. I'm not real thrilled about that. That was pretty average for that ref, though. We knew that going in he was gonna call some penalties. You can see for the most part we brought everything back up. 7.88, 7.7. Mamadou was finally healthy. We put him in as our starting striker for the first half. He only had 45 minutes to play according to the trainers. We actually ended up running him I can tell you, we ran him 52 minutes. I forgot to take him out at half. He got the assist on this goal. And then I realized I left him in. So we swapped him out after that point and put Cecchini back in since he's our starter. Get him some time since he missed the previous game. Sontak and Pedro we put in there at the very end as well for some guys who were kind of wiped out. Again, we put in Olari here. I think we moved him into Pedro's spot that match. Again, we're trying to get Carlos some more playing time. He was initially signed on as an attacking forward. So we gave Pedro a game off, and then we put I guess that was it. We must have put Luca back in, who's who we'd given the last game off to. So that brings us up to date. We are 3-0 at the moment. Let's see, home. Where are we? We are in third place, 2 points off the first. I kind of expected us to kind of be in the 6th to 8th range was kind of my goal going into the season. So we're about 3 points north of that. So we're doing okay. Pedro's got 5 goals. Casada's our highest average player. We're not playing him every match. We're rotating him through with Polo, who's actually a more well-rounded player, but doesn't quite have the attackiness of Casada. We may have to rethink that. We may have to kind of do Casada 2 games to Pedro for 1. But we need to, or Polo, excuse me. We need to get the Explorer Marco Polo in there, I guess. We'll have to see how that goes. I like Polo better, but Casada has played spectacular when he's been in. So, sometimes it's not the stats that they have, it's the combination of stats with the other players around them that make the difference. And for the moment, Casada is one of those players that's making a difference. Conte, he's our other winger. He's got 4 assists. He's played great. He's been super fast. He makes things happen. He messes with their lines. We like him a lot. Ubara, one of our newer guys, he's been playing great in the middle. He's kind of the pivot point that the whole offense works on. So we expect his pass completion. It needs to be high because we rely on him in the center on the attacking there to give us our distribution out. So that's good. So things are working the way we want. Pedro's played amazing. 3 players of the match. Berna's picking up the most. He's our ball-winning midfielder, so we expect he's going to lead. At least hopefully it's him. We don't want anybody else picking up more yellows than him. He's the guy that's going to put himself into that position, so we expect that. And Virgilito, he's got that red card. He's played fairly aggressive. He's had some shots that, he's only got an aggression of 11. Determination of 18. Maybe that's what's getting him stuck in there. Does he have any player? No, he's got no player traits. I don't know. He just seems to play a little bit more aggressively back there. I don't know what it is, to be honest, but he's had the one red card. He's had a couple yellow cards that were pretty blatant, and he's had a couple that I think we got away with. So, is what it is. If somebody's going to challenge for yellow cards, it's going to be him. All right. So we'll come back for the next game. See you in a minute. Okay, quick interlude here. You can see we got this email here saying, after featuring the last match, Simon Bastoni is now 5 appearances away from making 50 appearances, which will trigger a transfer clause as part of his moves from Spezia. If triggered, Benvenuto will have to pay Spezia $825,000. This happened before my time. I didn't realize it was out there, but I'll take a free $800,000. So at some point, I'm guessing in this season, we're going to get a nice little influx of cash, which is, we need it. Finances are, we're still losing money here. We're down to minus, $750,000 there. This season, we are still positive $2 million. Last season, we were positive, a little over $1 million. So that tells you how far off their finances were there. Now, some of this was an influx from the board, especially last season. I don't think we needed any this season. I think just selling players is what's gotten most of this. But I want to say we got like an $800,000 influx from the board, something like that. It was significant. But with some other player trades, we managed to. We still would have pulled a profit for last season, regardless of that. But not enough to get the overall balance sheet up to where it needs to be. So we're still working on that. Anyway, we can use the money. All right, back to the weight while we continue on. All right, we got an announcement that says we had another player on the team of the week. So Pietro, I'm apparently incapable of looking here. Should be back here. Here we go. We got him out here on the defensive wing. He's our captain, and he's played lights out for us all season. Okay, welcome back. A little bit of news. The team we're playing against doesn't expect to sell any tickets, only about 1,000 sold. We're fairly heavy favorites going into this. Is what it is. Our team is confident, which means, again, we're probably going to be overconfident, so we're going to have to watch for that. Otherwise, it's game time. Let's go ahead and flip through here. Team selection. We are not going to start Mamadou this. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Originally, I wasn't going to. I was going to go back to Cecchini. Mamadou does need some more play time. He needs to get fit. We are favored to win this match. I tell you what, the plan is we're going to put Cecchini in to start. And then we're going to swap at 65 minutes unless it looks like we absolutely have to have all the best players in to make up for something. So we'll try to get him, an extra 25 minutes. If it's well in hand, maybe we'll swap him earlier. But we'll try to get him some time in afterwards. Casada's been playing amazing. Oh, look at that. We got Conte up to three bars on readiness. So we need to keep sending him out there. We're getting him there. Slowly. We're training him. He's not a winger by trade, but he's so good at it. I don't think we've given Polo a start for a while. He hasn't played as well as Casada, but he hasn't played bad. I mean, he's averaging 708 over the last 5 matches, and his rating overall is 713. So we'll get him in there. What's Casada's overall rating? 732. He's better, but we got to get playing time for both. Maybe we'll put him back in the second half, depending on how things are looking. We played Sontek last time. Let's put Luca back in. We played Montero last time. Let's put Virgilito back in. He was suspended for a game for his red card, and then I think we sat him for one more game after that, just to, give him time to think about what he's done. Sit in your corner, So, mostly a starting lineup. We do have a Lari back in there. We've started him the last 2. Let's go ahead and go back to Ciodone. We got to work on getting Alari in more because apparently he's going to be kind of a pain in the ass if he doesn't start fairly regular, get some time in. But, you know, he's got 4 starts here and 3 subs. So, you know, he's not doing too bad. We got 12 appearances for Ciadonia, but this includes preseason matches. So we brought in Alari, I think, towards the end there. So anyway, but he's played well. You know, average rating 7.24. He's been 7.38 over the last 5, which is actually better than Ciadoni's been in both numbers. Let's see, how old is Daniel here? Let's see, do we really? Well, he's 33. He's not likely to get much better, actually. We might rotate them fairly often. In theory, he's got more ability. But we can see that this 4-star ability adds up to, you know, a 7.24 and a 7.03, whereas Carlos' 3-star ability adds up to a 7.38 and 7.24. So, like I say, sometimes it's not the numbers, it's the combination of numbers, and it's the player combined with who's around him. So, don't get too hung up on this. If somebody's playing better, then play them. They're better, at least for what you're doing. Okay, so we went out attacking last time, just for shits and giggles, essentially. There was no real reason. We're going to go back. We're going to do a counter. We're expected to win this match as well. So we're going to sit back. I've knocked it back to a structured. I played a lot with the fluid, and I do really like the fluid on a defensive thing because it keeps everybody a little bit tighter. Your strikers and your attacking players come back farther for your defense, and then your defense helps push the attack forward. So more people are involved in the entire game. Whereas as you go more structured, people tend to stay closer to the positions. So your defenders are going to stay back a little bit more. Your attackers are going to go forward a little bit more. And that is going to spread you out. Okay? But when you're counterattacking, that's what you need. You need those defenders to hold strong, clear your passes up to the front, and then your attackers can take off and make their attacks. But if they're too far back, you're never going to make those big explosive plays unless you're just much faster than your opponent, and then you can dribble through. But we're not. We've got some speed up there, but nothing that's gonna break us from the back line to the front line if we have to run through everybody. So we're going to spread our team out a little bit more. We've got pass into space on. We've got work the ball into the box. Just mix passes. So generally we're not going to make huge long passes, except for these chips up to the front to take advantage of breaking players, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. We're sitting deeper. When I play more structured, I like that as well. Again, it's gonna help spread people out, but because my fewer people are actively playing defense, right? Now that we've stratified the game, only the guys down here are really pushing defense hard. Everybody else up here waiting for the break. So I would rather we sit back a little bit deeper. That also has the effect of pulling the other team farther into your zone as a group. So hopefully it helps with the counterattack as those attackers get ready to go. Now you have to have a lot of confidence in your defense to do this because you're essentially putting them on an island there. They have to hold on long enough to get that out pass. So we'll see how it goes. So I think we'll just sit with what we've got there. You know, I'm going to try this. I've never clicked the button before, but I was watching a match today on Bust the Net. I'll put the link in the bottom. On controlling the golden zone, which is essentially the center kind of third just outside of the goal box. And the idea is winning teams have an extremely high effectiveness out of that golden zone. That's where the majority of their assists come. If you can control that area, you can move some people around, you can get some players out of position, that's how you win. So a combination of controlling the golden zone and exploiting these kind of overlap lanes. I can't think of what they're called, but they're essentially the space between your center and your wingers. This area here. Can you bring people in? Can you, slide the rest of their team over a little bit to open that spot up? How do you do it? So anyway, he had it on his. So we'll see. That's going to keep that goalkeeper from just rolling it out there, hopefully, and hopefully that'll give us a little bit more control in that area. So we'll see. Never done it before. Who knows? Give it a try. I'm happy with the team. We'll submit. We'll get warmed up here. We'll see how long it takes. This setup's out in the garage, so not only does the team need to warm up, but maybe the computer needs to warm up. It's a little bit chilly here. It's not cold. I grew up in Montana, so I'd hate for people who live in the, somewhere that actually gets real winter to think I'm whinging too much. But, we've been getting down into high 30s, low 40s at night. So for Central California, it's probably normal, but that's about as cold as we get all year. So this is the cold for us. They found it difficult to play out. They don't have any fans in front of their game, according to the pre-ticket sales email I got. Again, I kind of like them having these three guys up here because it's people that they don't have back here. Maybe I wish they had one more guy up there. We're gonna just go with whatever the team advice is. I don't see any. Well, let's check. Do we need to mark this guy? 3 goals, no assists. He's got good heading. We have good heading back there. I'm not too worried about that. We didn't scout him out enough to know about cons. We got any big assists coming in? A goal and assist? No. 1 assist, 2 assists. Honestly, it looks to me like this is probably their better player right here. 705. Yeah, this is their best guy here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna mark him. I don't do a lot of that. But let's go ahead, and if he comes into the box, let's put a body on him. Somewhere there's a assertive. Let's assertively say we expect to win. Then we'll go in and we'll be calm, but I got faith. I have faith. I expect to win, but I think you can do it. And if you don't at halftime, I'm going to yell at you. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and skip the handshake. We don't really care. Oh, I need to change my tie color. I didn't think about that. I have a green tie on because originally I started out coaching Hasselholm, and they're about the same color as this field here for their primary color. So I have a bright green tie on my coach if you see him there. Okay, so we're pushing a little bit, 120 in. We dribbled it right in. Oh, they got it there. We had the... Let's see, we took it away. Well, at least, I don't know if this can be representative, but we seem to be controlling the pitch pretty well so far. Pedro's got... Oh! Polo was breaking in. Feeds it across. Weak shot in. Dribbles in on goal. Easily controlled by the goalkeeper. No, they picked up a yellow. But somehow the foul was on us? I don't know. They got the yellow, but they got the free kick. I'm not sure how that worked. Take it away. All right, there we go. Good job, Polo. Now, this is where Quesada would have been breaks, but, maybe he doesn't make the tackle because Polo is the better defensive player, so. Nice little header there. They're doing a pretty good job here. They got a shot off, not on target, but zipped it in there pretty good. I think if it was on target, Andrea would have been there, but... Okay, looks like the first minute and a half was not going to be representative of this match. Looks like I don't know, possession's controlled pretty even, 50-50, 2 shots to 1 shot, but ours was on target. Ooh. Well, it doesn't say it was on target, so maybe it would have missed anyway, and there's our first yellow. All right, but we have control back here. Oh, we rifled one in, but it's a long-distance shot right in the middle. Oh, is that Antonio? He didn't have to go anywhere. He just stood there and let it hit him. Again, nobody's great. Nobody's horrible. They're complaining about the space between our midfield and our defense, and partly that's a function of the fact that we're playing more structured. Oh, we might still get it. Oh, Polo rifles it in, but Goalie's in position. Probably it's also a function of how we have our job set up. So maybe we need to look at halftime to see how those goes. In fact, we'll take a look now. Do we have? Are we too attacky in the middle here? Oh, not really. Not really. Vernon's back on defense, right? Let's see, where are we here? Attack, support, cover, attack, attack. I'm going to put Polo back to support, actually. Well, yeah. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, we're just not organized the way I was expecting to be organized, and it threw me there. We're going to put him on defensive winger support. So that's going to drop him back a little bit on that right flank there. And we're really defensive on the right. Well, that's fine. That's fine, because we've got our captain on the left here. And then we're a little more attacky on the left. We might pull Ciadoni back a little bit. Have one deep line play. Well, let's put him on box-to-box support. I like that. Confirm those changes, yes. We'll see what that does for us. If anything. Try to get more long balls forward. We'll play out the rest of the half on here, and then we'll make the instruction change. I'll be honest with you, I worry more about the bad teams than I do about the good teams. I mean, this is clearly a match we should be in control of. You know what? We're going to go attack in the second half. That's what we're going to do. I say, I don't think they're a very good team. Keep their heads up. Nobody's played bad. Well, Ticini hasn't played great, but we're going to swap him anyway. Let's go ahead and do that before we give the pep talk. Let's put Mamadou in. Here we go. This is my favorite youngster right here. Take a look at him real quick. He's been injured, so you guys haven't really seen him. Finishing 14, first touch 11, heading of 13, acceleration of 14, and pace 13. Those are down a little bit, but that's because of the injury. He spent quite a bit of time off the field, so we got to get him back in and trained up. But generally, he's fast and good finishing, and that's essentially all he's there for. Off the ball is 13, so he puts himself in a good position to receive the ball. And, yeah, I say he's not going to change the world, but he's got good potential. You know, he's more of a kind of a poacher style, so we'll have to change that. Let's give the pep talk real quick. Passionate. Now we've just made everybody nervous. Of course. Telling them they should win a game that they're heavily favored for. Oh my God, what do I do? I don't understand that. I mean, our resolute guys are fired up, or at least composed. Our ambitious guys are scared. You know, the fairly professional and determined guys, I'm a little bit surprised out of that reaction. You know, the balanced guy and some of the lower personalities. I'm not quite sure that this stuff goes through. And apparently Copper found an airplane out there. She chases the contrail around. She doesn't chase the plane. If it's a plane that flies over low, no contrail, she could care less. It's just contrails. She's apparently a chemtrail fanatic. Let's see. You weren't that bad. I believe you can improve. I believe in you. It just helped the guy who was already happy. I don't fucking know. I can't tell that to the striker because he wasn't even out there the last half. Oh, we're going to attack. Watch us score a goal now on counter. Oh, there we go. There's the change took effect. Oops. It's going to change the middle display, but we got a highlight. Hopefully it's a good one. We're in that golden zone, so this is essentially the golden zone right here. These are those half zones that you have to, that they're talking about controlling. There we go, and look at that. Where did our goal? Our assist came from the gold zone out to that half zone, and there was our goal. There was our goal, right there. So go watch Bust the Net, see his new video. It's more an advertisement for the book he's selling, but I don't even know if it's for sale. It may be free for all I know. He's really good though. He from a technical, both from a soccer standpoint, but also from a game standpoint. Very, very smart. Very good at what he does. If you want to get better at this game and you want to win, watch him, read him. The other blog I like is, I think it's SI Sports Science Center. I'll look. I'll find it. I'll put the link for that down in the description for this too, because that's an excellent one as well. And coincidentally enough, they work together as well on some stuff. So you get kind of a consistent message across the two blogs. But it's very well thought out. You know, you got more people thinking about, more people working on it, more people trying. Oh, there we go. The shot came out of the gold zone that time. It was a good shot. We didn't connect on it, but it was on target. That's what we're looking for. You know, 7 shots, 6 on target. There's the cross. Oh, it was too close in. We needed it out a little bit for Mamadou to collect. Goalie was able to catch it there at the near post. Now, as a function of us playing that structured, you saw we were a little bit more spread out there. We could probably go back to more fluid now that we're attacking and kind of run everybody up so that our defenders help support that attack a little bit more. And then the goalie or the attackers come back to help play defense. Sure. We'll block him. Well, yeah, we've played fluid more than we've played structured, so they should have a better comfort level with that as well. So let's go ahead. We'll run up for that. We'll see how that goes. At 65, we need to make some subs. Well, we already subbed him at half. We may not. We'll take a look at it here pretty quick. They've got a guy coming off. We'll watch this highlight and then we'll make a sub. Oh, Polo! Aggressive tackle from behind. Okay. Let's go to our tactics here. Let's go ahead and swap him out for Quesada. We'll go a little more offensive again since we're attacking now. Has anybody played poorly? No, everybody's kind of average and above. We're okay. Is anybody really tired? Luca's getting down. We'll take it. We'll save that last one. We'll put in Sontek in a bit, but we don't want to... oh, he got red carded. Never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Can Alari play outside? No. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to move him out there. Him there. Come on. There we go. Now, we're going to swap Verna. He's tired anyway. We're going to put Quesada in there. We're going to put Quesada on attack. Now, but we're not going to leave him on defensive. We'll put him on support. Put him on support. We're going to pull we'll leave him on attack. Defend, support, defend. Oh, he's Not supposed to be on that. He's not that good at that. We'll put him back to Porcher. Obviously, he's going to stay on attack. I guess we'll leave him on attack. Support. No. I didn't realize he was better at that than anything else. Oh, out on the wing. He's out on the wing. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull these guys in. There we go. We've lost a little bit of we've lost a player here. We've moved him out. We've put these guys, well, one of them on a more support. Conte's still attacking, but we've got our captain over here, and then we're gonna run defend across the board here. Defend, and then we've got Virgilito on cover. Oh, he's a better stopper than he is on cover. Defensive, cover. Central, defend. Okay, so cover plays back a little bit deeper, cleans up some stuff, moves that out of the way. We'll do that. So we're all defendy, but Cicerone's going to stay back a little bit. Instructions. We're deeper, passing into space. Let's go retain possession. We're going to walk the ball in. We're still going to attack, but we're going to try to control the game by keeping the attack up there, by passing and maintaining time of possession in their zone. And that's how hopefully we'll make up for the fact that we've lost a guy. Or not. We'll see. Oh, I saw the idea, but it's a good interception there. Maybe we'll drop back down to a control. We'll drop it back a little bit. And again, because we're trying to... What? You're okay. I don't know what you're crying about. More airplanes out there? I think we had to turn down the game volume a little bit there. It was picking it up in the mic, which may have been the problem with the match that, the previously recorded match where I thought I had everything sorted, but then when the game started, you couldn't actually hear me. I'd actually brought up the mic gain, so it may have been that the mic was picking up the computer speakers, and we were getting that twice and me only once. I don't know. We'll see if you can hear me in this match. It's maybe another one for the vaults. All right, they're keeping the pressure on, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Get it cleared, boy. Oh, they were offsides. My fear with going full defensive here is that we're not going to be pushing the ball out, that we'll sit back there and just let them keep taking shots. And since they're man up on us, there's bound to be somebody who comes in uncovered and we can't do anything about it. I was really hoping to just kind of control it down here, and even if we don't score, just kind of pass it around like this. Oh, that was a good shot. I would have rather, again, he just play down there, but we'll take the corner. Oh, I won't complain about that. There we go. Virgilito coming up with the, hopefully the clinching goal there. Pedro gets the assist in. Oh, that's a great header in. Far corner. Top shelf. You know, they've almost doubled up on the shots, 15-9, but 8 of ours have been on target. We've lost a little bit of possession. We're down to 47%. Partly that's a function of us being on attack, and partly just because we're down a man. Minutes. All right, this is the last little highlight here. Are we going to control it, or are they? There we go. There's game. We'll take the win. All right. I don't really know. We'll go calm. It was a bit of a let-off. I think they need to step up against the weaker opposition. That's where we're going to go. It was a win, but we should have crushed them. It shouldn't have been close like that. You know, we had 1 goal at the 50-minute mark and nothing else till the very end. So we'll take it. We'll take it. That knocks us up to second. They drop. I don't remember exactly what they were at before, but they're down. But geez, everybody's down. So looks like Livorno and Como maybe got wins. Excuse me, and climbed up. That's it. That's game. That's match. We'll see you next time. Hopefully you guys see this one. Hopefully we've got more of the kinks worked out. And, you know, who knows? Maybe it's another one. Once I'm confident and I can consistently turn out a video that I think is watchable, and not only watchable, but where the standards are high, then we'll start the Journeyman series, and we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to start that and then miss important early episodes because I'm incapable of setting up the soundboard. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Ciao.